What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Thank You for Coming right here on 2MB Studios. I'm your host. My name is Mike Carr, and we're excited to get to play tonight. I got a couple of awesome improvisers waiting in the green room. They've never met each other, and they're going to join me in just a couple minutes to play together for the very first time ever. It's going to be a blast. It's March, finally. I'm excited that it's March, and I'm excited to see who's out there watching the show. So if you're watching us over on Twitch or on Facebook, give us a shout in the comments. Let us know you're here. We're also going to need you to give us some suggestions throughout the show. So please don't be shy about sharing some suggestions of location throughout the show. And also get some chat going. We want to know how you're doing in the chat. What's going on in your life? What's exciting? What's happening? Let us know because we want to hear from you. Before I bring out my guests, I do want to mention that 2MB Studios has shows all the time, and they have a great partnership with a company called 3weeks.courses. If you haven't checked out 3weeks.courses yet, do it. That's their website, 3 weeks, the number 3, word weeks.courses. You take a class, it's a 3-week class, 2 hours a week to learn something maybe you've never learned before. I took a script writing and play analysis class. They have a class on your personal finances. They have a class on writing songs. I think they just did something with a brilliant musician, Nate Shaper, earlier today, either today or yesterday, but 3weeks.courses. Nate's a teacher for them, an amazing musician. You can learn all sorts of great stuff. 3weeks.courses, definitely worth checking out. Exploding Lobster, good to have you here again. And Loaf the Wonder Bread putting up the little Rachel Andelman emoji. That's what you get if you subscribe. You got to subscribe to 2MB Studios right here on Twitch. Subscribe, get in the action so you can put your own face as a little emoji that you can put up on the screen when you're talking to people. All right, so I'm gonna bring out my guests. I want to get the show rolling. So without further ado, coming for this person, for my guest, this guy, it's the afternoon for him. It's nighttime for me. It's 7 o'clock, but for him, it's just 4 o'clock. Coming to the East, coming from the West Coast, give it up for Mr. Tim Orr.
Hey, everybody.
Tim, how are you tonight?
Good.
Come on, people.
I was waiting for the applause to die down.
They're still clapping. Like at home, they can't type because they're just going nuts right now.
Okay. Hi, Mike.
You got to miss that. Like just coming out on stage and just an audience just giving you that energy.
Yeah. You're right. I do miss it.
All right. Well, I'm giving that fist for you.
Thank you.
Nice. And your scene partner is clapping for you in the green room. I can see him. So I'm going to bring him out. He's just down the street here. Another great improviser from Orlando. Give it up for Cody Bush.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Now, Cody, see, Tim's clapping for you. There we go.
Thank you.
Striking
I can already
pose.
hear it in the headphones. Yes.
Excellent. Cody, how are you tonight?
I'm great. How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing great. So, Tim, Cody, this is your first time meeting, correct?
Yes.
I think so. Isn't it, Cody?
Yeah, I don't believe I've ever met you in person before this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Awesome. Well, you're now, what happens on this show is you come on, you meet, you'll do some improv, but then at the end of every show, a new duo is formed. So not just for the show, it's every time they're like, we have to do this in person. So I'm telling you this now, so you're ready, because at the end of the show, you're best friends forever. That's just how it works.
We're ready. I'm already envisioning like marketing and stuff. So
I'm already envisioning our first trip outside. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Fantastic. All right, so this is the part of the show where the two of you get to meet each other. So Tim, tell Cody and myself and the audience just a little bit about your background as an improviser and where you're coming from and what's going on.
Sure. I'm going to completely date myself by actually giving you a year I started improvising, which is 1988. So this is my 33rd year improvising. I was an actor before that. I saw my first improv show at Bats Improv right after it started, and I fell in love with improv instantly and started doing it, and became a full-time improviser later on.
Nice. Yeah. And Bay Area, that's Bay Area Theater Sports, also shortened to Bats. Is that correct?
Not anymore. We don't go by Bay Area Theater Sports anymore, but that was our original name that was shortened to Bats. Now we're Bats Improv because we don't want to be associated like strictly with theater sports. We don't do that much anymore. We mostly do other stuff.
Great. Cool. Awesome. And you were an actor, found improv, and away you went.
Away I went. Yeah. So I'm really lucky. You know, we got a nice big group out here, and I'm part of that group and part of other smaller groups, and so it's become my life. Yeah.
Excellent. And That's so great to hear. I had a very similar experience. I was a theater student. I'm still an actor. We're both still actors, but like,
Yeah.
I started taking improv, and I was like, that's it. I'm going that way.
Yeah. It'll hook you, right?
Oh, it really was. Cody, tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you get hooked?
Yeah, I got hooked in freshman year of high school. I was one of Rob Ward, who is one of the teachers at SAC Comedy Lab and hosts and performers, was a assistant director to one of the shows I was doing in my freshman year of high school. He's best friends with my former theater director, and they got tired of me inquiring about taking improv classes after they introduced the auditions that were happening. So my junior year of high school, they ended up sending me to take classes at SAC Comedy Lab, where I currently have moved through the ranks through all of their classes to teching, to volunteering. And now I'm part of the weekend ensemble, getting paid there to do it for the last 2.5 years. And now I teach a level 1 course there. So it's been a really fun journey. And yeah, I also did a small improv group or worked with a small improv group called Penguin Knife Fight. Ended up turning into a touring group through different conventions. We started in a small coffee shop as just kind of like an extra space to kind of perform. And yeah, so ever since then, I've just fell in love with it. One of my best friends I met through SAC and through improv, and I've loved doing it ever since. And I try to pass that same love and energy towards my students and to anybody that's ever interested in talking about improv with me until they decide, I don't want to talk to you anymore. So I don't usually talk people's ears off, but you can kind of tell I am.
Well, Cody, I've known you for years, and yeah, you talk a lot. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get rid of you right now. Well, no, this is great. I love that, the passion of improv is flowing through all of us. So now, Tim and Cody, I'm going to ask you guys just a couple of get to know you questions so we can have a sense of we know a general sense of each other. Let's get to know each other a little bit more with the best way to get to know somebody, which are icebreaker questions that are usually asked on a first day of an improv class.
Sure.
Great. So the first icebreaker question, and this is for both of you. I'm going to have whichever one who wants to answer first. If you can have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what is that one thing that you're going to have? You can take a moment to think about it. The last time I asked this question, somebody said money. I'm going to take money off the table. So you can't have money.
Okay.
Wow. Sorry,
Cody, you want to go first?
Sure. If I could have an endless supply of anything, it'd probably have to, well, I think food is also a good cop out. So I'm going to go with video games, just random video games. I love video games. If I could have an endless supply of it, I would, just to continuously have something to do on a daily basis. That's my cheesy answer.
So you're talking any video game, like different systems, everything?
Yeah, anything and everything. If I can, as long as I have access to it, I guess it's a bit of an escape from reality at times. It's nice to live in that sense of fantasy. So yes, so anything really.
Cool.
All right.
Okay, over to me.
Yeah, Tim. This pressure's on.
If this is a cop out, let me know, because it might be. But the first thing that comes to mind is time. But then that means I would never die, and so maybe is that a cop out, Mike?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Endless supply of time. Like I like to think of it like if you're. You could use it to extend your life, but it could also be the kind of thing where it's like, oh, I need 5 more minutes to finish this. Oh, reach into my pocket. Oh, look at that. There's 5 more minutes. I don't know. Okay. Is that how?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Both ways.
Yeah.
Could I actually change mine to the comment that says, can I have an endless supply of sleep/rest? Because that's actually way better than anything I could have thought of. That's great. I love that.
Loaf is very on point. And yes, Loaf, I did reuse an icebreaker question, but don't worry. Our next question is a new question, Loaf. Thank you for keeping me honest. This is, if you could live anywhere in the world for a year, where would it be? Anywhere in the world you can live there for 1 year. Where would you live?
I think I'm going to say, I spend a lot of time there already. I'm going to say Paris after 2025, when the whole city is supposed to be free of cars.
Wow.
They're going to be free of cars in 2025?
You know that plan? Like the mayor of Paris has this plan to make the whole, central part Paris, completely car free by 2025.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's amazing. Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got some supporters in the chat already. All right, so Cody, where are you going to live?
I really would love to experience Germany, and I feel like living in Germany for a year would be wonderful. I have not been to Europe at all, but Germany has always been one that I have really gravitated towards since I was in high school. Like, it's just been a beautiful country. I want to use the Eurorail, kind of go and exploring and backpacking a little bit. I don't know if I want to stay in hostels yet, but I just definitely want to kind of immerse myself a bit. So living out there for a year, I think would be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to stay in hostels ever. I'm a hotel or I'll do an Airbnb, but hostels are not for me. I learned that a long time ago.
Yeah,
I need my own space. I need my own shower. I need my own
I want to recognize the smells. I don't want to not be able to know what I'm smelling.
Yeah.
Which is probably my bunkmate.
Yeah, terrible.
Oof. Yeah. All right. So I asked you both to ask each other a question in order to get to know you. So Tim, what do you want to ask Cody?
Well, I want to ask Cody. Cody, what is the thing that you did, but you'll only do it once because once was enough? Or what's the thing you're maybe thinking of doing only once?
Good question.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'll answer kind of both in a sense. I feel like I can try to, if that's allowed. Is that allowed, Mike?
Of course. Hey,
phew.
We're very loose. Very loose rules here.
So
thank you for checking.
The thing that I'd like to think that I would never do again, but I already have broken that, is doing the in torture shows we have at SAC. We have I don't know if you've ever done like a short form torture show, Tim, with the different hot sauce elements and other things like that. Basically, hot foods. We did a tag team monologue, and the stipulation was anytime we made the audience laugh, I guess in this regard, we had it was called the Death Nut, and it was 5 levels of intensity. Mike, it was Lawrence that brought these in, just for your reference.
Okay.
He brought in so it's 5 different levels of intensity, 3 in level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and 5. And so he had to wear gloves to put these in our mouths as we were going through this aspect of it. And I remembered thinking to myself, when I made the audience laugh, he gave me 2 of level 1 and my mouth was already on fire. And I was like, wow, that is really hot. And I thought to myself, oh no, this is only level 1. I then proceeded, I got all of level 3 and then 2 of level 5. I very quickly was in the backstage area trying to find whatever milk we had. We only had little containers of half and half, which did no good to help. Seriously, it was Jess and I were the two doing that game, and we're both sitting there on the side of the stage trying our best. I ended up evacuating from my stomach backstage, and then had to come back out and get eggs hit on my head. So it was one of the worst torture shows I've ever done. And I'd like to think I would never do a torture show again, though I feel like I do too many of them. But the thing that I would love to do that I probably only do once is skydive. That would be the one thing.
Cool.
That would be fun. Yeah, something in torture shows.
The one chip challenge. You ever see those videos of people?
I have, yes. Yes, I have seen the one chip challenge. I don't know how people survive that. Someone tried to dare me to do the one chip challenge, but for the first 5 minutes, you couldn't have any sort of dairy products, which just sounds awful. So that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Yogurt is a good thing to have on hand. See,
yeah,
if I were a part of that torture show, I would have at least had that stuff backstage for you. So that's
true.
I would because I care about you and I don't want you to be hurt.
Well, if Joel was running it and so was Dinger,
of course, then you're not getting anything.
Yeah, you're not getting anything.
Yeah. No. Why?
It was rough.
Cruelty.
Yes.
Yeah. Cruelty for the sake of making our audiences happy. All right, Cody, what question do you have for Tim?
So Tim, I wanted to know what's like the best piece of advice someone has ever given to you, and has it applied to your life? That piece of advice, have you actually, once receiving it, have that had an effect on another situation later on after that point?
Interesting. I like that. The question's some big emotional air, Cody. I love it.
Damn. I thought you were going to be like, what'd you have for breakfast? Or something.
And did that breakfast affect the rest of your life?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a hard one. I'm going to say I've gotten some really great advice from different people. I'm going to say something my dad told me when I was young, which was he put it in a really nice way. It actually wasn't even advice almost, but it wound up being advice. He said, Tim, I want you to know, I don't care what you do with your life, but I want you to be happy in doing it. And I think coming from your parent, like that's kind of an intense thing to hear from your parent in a way. I'm not even sure it was altogether true. He probably wouldn't be happy if I did anything whatsoever, but still he said that, and it wound up sticking with me my whole life, that life is short, right? And that if you're in the middle of things that you hate and you have any choice to get out of them and do something else, do what you love. Yeah.
I love that. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's a parents being able to give you such a strong piece of advice really hits to the heart, because it's like you're not expecting it. I feel like at the times when they want to deliver that piece of information.
Yeah.
And it feels almost surreal and almost like movie-like, because you see it so often in screen that you don't really see those opportunities. And when they do hit, you're like, oh, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I have those moments where I'm like, I'm living this moment.
Yeah. For someone's expectation, your parents' expectation to be for you to be happy and not say anything more about it is pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's very freeing. I feel, because it doesn't matter what you do at that point, though. I'm sure it's still staying within the relative respect of human rights and other things,
Right. He wouldn't have wanted me to be a Republican or anything.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Politics.
Hey, those were great questions. Thank you for asking those questions. I'm ready for you two to improvise. I'm ready for Tim and Cody to improvise together. So in the chat, we need a location. We need a location of where the scene can take place. We've had scenes in a freezer. We've had scenes in a car. We've had scenes on a Ferris wheel. Wherever you want these two guys to be, go ahead and put it in the chat. So start chatting some locations for us in the chat, and we'll use those in the scene. So for Tim and Cody, and for anyone who's never watched the show before, in just a moment, Tim and Cody are going to disappear. Then we're going to bring them back into the screen, and they're going to do a scene at that location. However, that scene has to start with the line, "Thank you for coming." So as soon as we get a location, either of you can say that line. We will then see your scene, and then I'll come back at the end. We'll talk a little bit about it, and then the three of us will play a scene together. So we've got a couple of great suggestions. I like both of these choices. I'm going to go with a Renaissance fair. So Cody and Tim, you are at a Renaissance fair for your scene. I'm going to put you both in the green room for just a moment. All right. So when you see Cody and Tim, they're at a Renaissance fair. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming, good sir.
Yes, thank you for having me, Sir Knightley. I appreciate you finally alluding to a moment of two of us joining forces.
Yeah, for if we shall join forces, the king surely shall fall.
Ah, yes, and once they have fallen, who will take the throne but you and I?
Yeah, ruling jointly as one we shall.
Yes, we'll be like two peas upon thy pod.
Yeah, like two ears upon a head.
Yes, like two women opening up a bag of ham.
Yeah, like two bags that do contain 4 bags each.
Yes, or like two hens on top of a car going 30 miles an hour in a 25 mile an hour zone.
Yeah, and a train approaches them from the other direction going 50, and we ask ourselves, when shall they meet?
And yet we will never know the true answer.
Thank you. Thank you, good audience. Thank you.
Yes,
Our lecture will commence in 8 minutes. Thank you.
Clem, I don't know if I can do much more of these.
I think these fucking underwear is actually burlap. I think it's actually burlap.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be. That's standard. That's standard. That's standard. You got to wear burlap. If you're not wearing burlap, you're not doing it right by the code.
Dude, I'm taking this off for 6 minutes. Tony, you've been working here for years, right?
Yeah. Yep. It'll be 25 years in June.
How come you're still doing this, the King's Demise show? I thought you worked your way up out of that.
Oh, you didn't hear about a few years ago? Usually everybody knows about it.
No, what happened?
Well, see, I finally made it up to the show, the big times, the jousting.
Oh,
yeah, the big joust. And biggest problem was I forgot the joust when I came out. I forgot my joust when I came out.
The big pole?
Yeah, the big pole, the main important part of my role. I did not have my joust. Instead, I brought out my car keys.
Tony, what?
Well, I had nothing else I could use. I brought out car keys. They were short, so it didn't really. It wasn't even close to hitting. I fell instantaneously once I got hit by the little pole, and I'm the one who's supposed to win. I'm the white knight in that moment. I'm supposed to win the joust, so it didn't look too good on me. So they ended up demoting me back to this show. Oh. Now I've been stuck here. I've tried to put in a few appeals, but
yeah,
they don't want to hear.
That's funny, man. I got to do is tell you, is that on video somewhere? Did they capture that?
Oh, come on, Frank. I don't want you to go. Don't go onto YouTube and look at it. Everybody's already seen it. Come on, Frank. If you look up "dummy with a key," it'll pop. It's like the 8th one down. I don't know why they didn't specify it a little bit further into the Renaissance Fair, but it's posted by the fair themselves. They put a little Benny
Lafayette Renaissance Fair. Here it is.
Yep.
2018. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Ow! Oh
yep.
Shit! That's really funny. You just held the longest key out like that.
Yeah, it's my Honda key, and I tried to get it as far as I could go, but it got me pretty good. How are you even here? I thought you said you were going off. You made SAG finally, I thought.
Yeah, I did. I went to, we didn't know each other super well after high school, but I went to New York.
You went to New York?
Yeah, I went with Deborah Ella Sorensen. Remember Deborah Ella?
Yes, Deborah, my ex.
What?
Deborah's my ex-wife.
What? She your ex-wife?
How did you? Yes, Deborah's my ex-wife.
No.
Yes.
That never came up once.
She never mentioned me.
No. Otherwise, no, I wouldn't even tell you this story. Probably, I don't want to make
She not one time. My name never came up.
It never came up. She said that there was this guy I was married to. That's all she said.
She's that embarrassed, huh?
I don't know. I mean, she didn't act embarrassed. She didn't act nothing. She just. Well, I'm sorry. I mean, I would have. I mean, I didn't know that. Anyway, we went to New York, and she broke up with me immediately. So,
well,
and then I got
Wait, you guys dated?
Yeah. We went to New York together.
Well, I just assumed y'all traveled up there. I didn't know that you like both like together were together. Like, were you together beforehand? How long have you guys been together for?
We just got together like a month before we went to New York.
When did you go to? Wait, we were still married then.
2 years ago, you were still married?
Yes, we were still married 2 years ago. Was she not wearing her ring? Wait, am I crazy?
I haven't looked because how I met her in a bar, and how people will they'll put makeup on their to cover up the white spot.
Ring.
Yeah. Now I looked. There was nothing.
On the bald spot. I thought you meant on the ring itself.
Yeah, like when you take. Yeah. No, to cover up the white skin, right?
Right.
There was nothing on there.
Damn.
You want a cigarette?
Yeah, please. Thanks.
Here, I got you. Listen, I'm sorry. I just want to apologize.
It's not your fault. You didn't know she put makeup on her ring finger. That's fine. You know, I probably deserve it. I mean, it's fine.
I don't want to say she put makeup on it. She might have gone out and gotten a tan on it.
What was that? Yeah, we'll be ready for the next show in 5 minutes. Thank you. Sorry.
5 minutes.
Yeah, they started shortening the times between the shows.
I'm gonna look out the curtain and see if anybody's here. Okay.
Okay.
How many people were there for that last show? Like 3?
3 people. I'm surprised that anybody's still coming out to this specific show. The dialogue makes no sense to me.
No, it's stupid dialogue.
Yeah.
It's it's a mishmash of stuff. They're trying to like do a Shakespearean type thing and appeal to young people at the same time.
Yeah, I don't understand why they keep referencing different TikTok dances. When would they ever understand that from the Renaissance?
They wouldn't have. No, that's the thing. It's a mishmash.
Mm-hmm.
They think people want that. They don't realize people are still into genres. Nope, nobody there yet.
Okay. Well, who you dating now?
Dating now? Nobody.
Nobody. No.
Nobody. I was in New York. I was trying to make it in New York, and I got cast in some student films, and I did this weird ass production of Cats that I don't even want to get into. And they did it as dogs. They just switched around. They thought, we'll call it Dogs. Exact same freaking show.
Did they rename some of the characters?
Yeah, not even. They named it the same thing, but they put dog at the end. So Calico Dog.
Calico Dog. It makes no sense.
Makes no sense, right?
Yeah. Who did you play?
I played the backup to cat number 3 in the alley routine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The guy, the one who goes.
So you weren't even a main part in this play.
No.
What has SAG even done for you? It feels like it kind of failed you. I mean, had you gotten SAG at this point when you moved up to New York, right?
Yeah, I got SAG. I got must join. Like the next job I get, then I got to join.
Oh,
like provisional.
Okay.
It didn't go well.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't sound like it.
I think I'm a stage actor.
Yeah. I think we're all stage actors. I think it's where we're meant to be. We don't need anything else.
Right? No. Who needs that shit?
Yeah. Who needs that? Who needs anything? We got people out there. Some people like what we do.
We got people. We got all the free turkey legs we want.
Yep, that's right. We've got access to parking. That's pretty close. I wouldn't say. I mean, it's closer than most of the other people parking.
Wait, what lot are you in?
I'm in the cornfield.
Oh, not me.
You're not in cornfield? Where are you at?
I'm in the watermelon patch that burned down last year.
Oh, dang! You were out there?
Yeah, I actually bought a scooter.
You gotta work. I guess you gotta work back up to cornfield.
Yeah. Oh man.
I will say though, attendance is getting pretty scarce.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more they can survive on this.
Yeah, it used to be Renaissance Fair. Like everybody had their costume. They busted out once you get your ass down here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I feel like we've been doing too many shows. Now that they're doing it year round, it just feels like it's just too much Renaissance for one person.
Right.
People are Renaissanced out.
Yeah, you can't. It's like having Christmas every day of the year. I mean, you'd quit giving gifts after a week or so.
Oh yeah, that's why those like Christmas stores and Christmas bars and stuff like that, they don't last very long.
Yeah.
Done in like, I don't know, 3 months, 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, at the most.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, I'm really sorry about, going off with your wife.
Well, I mean, you didn't know. I mean, that's you had no idea. I mean, there was not a single bit of information that could have led you to believe that I was married to her. No. Though I feel like I talked about it around you whenever we passed by, but that's okay.
I don't think you did. Look, I know if this was a movie, it would come out later that I knew all kinds of stuff about it, but I swear to God, I did not know. And I don't remember you saying. Okay. If you said her, she has a very distinctive name. Say her name once, and I'll remember if I ever heard it out of your lips before.
Deborah. And she changed her name after we got married. I never knew her maiden name really, because she was already finishing her last marriage. She was kind of in the process of changing.
How old was she when she got married the first time?
She was like 19, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was 19 when she first got married, which is why she divorced the first husband, because she got married too young. She didn't feel like she was doing right. When she was in the process of changing her name, she like changed her name right back over to my name, my last name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She never changed her name for me. I'm going to have one more of these. I hope you don't mind. I'm not smoking up the place, am I?
No. You're fine. You're fine.
We got, how long? We got a couple minutes?
A couple minutes probably, yeah. You know, are you scared about dying?
Yeah.
Like here?
Yeah.
Like I'm afraid I'm going to die in the middle of a show here.
Me too. It's so fucking hot inside these.
I'm not worried. Yeah.
I just feel like I'm going to keel over and die.
But what's strange is like it's not necessarily the idea of death that scares me. It's mostly about dying specifically here on this stage.
Oh, I understand.
I don't want that to be my legacy.
Okay. No, it won't be. No. Andy,
I don't want it to be my legacy.
Tony, I still remember in high school, before I even got into acting at all, I saw you in a play. What was it called? Hope Runs Eternal.
Hope Runs Eternal. Yeah.
And I was a freshman. I think you were a junior. Am I right?
Yeah.
I still remember a spotlight came up and it was in the wrong place. Like the tech person screwed up, right?
Yeah.
And I still remember, oh no, what's he going to do? And you didn't run over that light. You stood right where you were and you said, the light never shines on me. You made up a line, didn't you?
I did. I feel like I haven't had a high since that moment. You know, I love that. I miss that feeling. I've been chasing that feeling since that day.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You like baseball?
I don't care for it too often.
Well, you know what a no-hitter is, like when a pitcher throws and nobody gets a hit?
Yeah, nobody gets hit. Well, but the batter still can get hit, right?
No, the batter can't get a hit. Well, anyway.
Well, like hit like on the...
Like a hit, like a single or...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Anyway, it's something really good. It might only happen once in your career or none times at all. And then if it happens, then it happened. And you always think every other game I ever pitch is going to be worse than this game.
It's true. I mean, I felt like that every show I was going to do afterwards is not going to be the same as that one.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. When you said the light never shines on me, that's why I wanted to become an actor.
No, it couldn't have been.
Oh, it was because my whole body, I got those kind of goosebumps that makes your hair stand up all over.
Yeah.
And I thought, that is genius. It's genius. That's what I thought. It was genius.
I never thought I had some sort of inspiration or any sort of influence on anybody.
You made me want to become an actor, and here we are, and we're doing almost Shakespeare.
We're doing almost Shakespeare. Nice job, Jeff.
Yeah.
Sade. Oh, so fun. Things that jumped out to me right away is, Tim, you could have made yourself any role in Cats, and you were the backup. I love that. I love that. I was the backup to the third cat. Not even the first cat, the third cat. I was his backup.
Mike, it's a good role. I just want to point that out.
Oh, it is. And there's no small roles, only small actors, right? Like it's oh, so much fun. And I think I loved the whatever her name was. I don't remember it. But when I remember Cody, I'm like, oh, that's that improviser, like, hey, I'm just gonna check see if you remember what I said. Do you remember it? No? All right. But I love Cody's like, oh, she changed her name. She just changed her name. Oh yeah.
Good move.
I've never Thanks. People just say the wrong name and everyone just goes, oh, okay. That's what it is.
I remember Deborah. That was about it. And I was like, that last name, I was like, oh man, that was a long one.
You did better than me then.
Nice. Yeah.
You did remember, and your face was dripping with pride when you remembered it, because you were like, Deborah, got it. Oh, so much fun. And if anyone who's have either of you ever worked at a Renaissance festival or Renaissance fair before?
No, I don't think so.
I know a lot of improvisers who have too.
Yeah. There's something to that, because I've worked in the theme parks for years, and there is something to that. You do your show, and you know you're doing your show again in like 25 minutes, but you come off stage like, oh God, I got to go do that again. Yeah. So that moment was very real for me, and I was very excited about it.
That aspect, I think, made sense to me from seeing entertainment side of like the theme parks and stuff, because I've been
and that's not a knock on any of it. It's not a knock on any of it.
Oh no,
it's wonderful. But like that moment of like, you've been doing the show, you're in your like 6th show of the day, you know you've got 5 or 6 more, and you're like, all right.
Oh, God.
It's Groundhog Hour.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, so how did that feel improvising together?
Fun. I liked Cody. I really enjoyed like just the give and take. It felt conversational the way I think people like that would be on their break. So that was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt the same way. I think also I haven't done enough Zoom improv to also, I really like the incorporation of utilizing real movements as the character in that. I think I was very standstill, but I felt that helped kind of ground me a little bit and kind of like, okay, we're playing in the reality a bit. So I just like the slow pace. And then I started to catch that secondary kind of the reincorporation from some of the Icebreaker stuff, some of the underlying themes, at least in my mind, of the bringing it back to my story of the theater stuff, incorporating that was really great. And I was like, oh man, I do forget to do that at times, as reincorporating some of those pieces in the discussion. So it was really refreshing to have that opportunity, because we don't do long form as much at SAC. So having that kind of refresher was really nice. So yeah, there's some really good solid moments. I really enjoyed performing with you. It was great. I felt very conversational, which I really enjoy. The emotional aspect is just great.
Yeah, me too.
This was a first occurred on the show today, where we had fire. I was very excited. That was nice. That was a nice move. The lighter came. Woo! That was such a fun moment. And also just the spotlight hitting the stage analogy to being a no-hitter. That analogy of like, you made up that line, that's a pitcher's no-hitter, that was an actor's no-hitter, was making up that line.
Yeah.
That chef's kiss. So beautiful. All right. So I want to do a scene with the two of you. So we're going to do a scene now. The 3 of us, one location. No one has to say thank you for coming this time. We're just going to dive into the scene once we get our suggestion. So out there, there was a suggestion from earlier that I'm going to grab, unless new ones happen to pop in the next couple seconds. But the 3 of us will all disappear. We'll come back on, and then the 3 of us will do a short scene together, similar as before. Just an improvised scene like we did. So we're going to go to an attic in this scene. That's going to be our location. So the 3 of us will be in an attic. I'm going to pop you both in the green room, and then I'm going to come in the green room. Then we're all going to come back and be in an attic. Thank you. It's definitely not in. It's not in a marked box. I know it's not in a marked box.
Why didn't you say that an hour ago?
Because I thought it was in a marked box, and now I remember that it's not in a marked box. So if you see a marked box, I'm like 90% sure it's not in a marked box.
I've moved several of the marked boxes behind the 3 couches we've already moved up here. So now we're going to have to move those 3 couches again to get back to the marked boxes that you said are definitely not in there an hour ago. So
I don't think my back's going to hold up to move those couches again.
Well, Kevin and I'll get the couches, Arthur. You just check for unmarked boxes.
Are you even sure that this is going to take us to the place once we find it?
Of course I am. Yes, okay. I'm sure. I remember.
Just like you were sure that they weren't in the marked boxes?
Okay, if you're going to keep harping on the unmarked versus marked boxes, maybe I'm not going to take you on. Maybe we're not. Maybe I won't share the riches with you.
Okay, well, I know at one point I will figure out where you are, okay? You never have turned off your tracking on your phone, so I will know exactly where you are. So
I'm turning it off right now.
These boxes are all marked. They're all marked so far.
Are you marking them, Arthur?
Oh, didn't you ask me to? I brought a Sharpie. I've been marking them.
God, no.
Okay. That's fine, Arthur. That's not a problem. I mean, that's a natural thing to do, is to mark a box when you checked it. Like, that makes sense to me, Arthur.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
What do you mean?
That's 40 boxes we have to go through.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have invited me along on
No, Arthur. No way. Am I not inviting you, Arthur? Arthur, you're the coolest. Arthur, you're amazing. I want you here for this.
Sean,
What?
Can we talk for a second? Away from
Sure.
Arthur?
Yeah, just keep checking those boxes, Arthur. Thank you.
Sean,
Yeah, let's go behind the couch. Let's go behind the couch.
which one?
The maroon one.
Okay, fine. Sean,
What?
why did we bring? I don't understand Arthur's placement here.
Look, are you disrespecting my choice to invite Arthur?
I'm questioning it. I'm not trying to disrespect it, but I'm questioning
First of all, Arthur is badass. Arthur is amazing. I'm pretty sure Arthur has killed people. Number two, Arthur is like, all right, so you know how I go to unwind at the VFW 3-4 times a week after
Right.
work. Arthur is always there. He has cool as shit stories. And number three, Arthur has a car. We don't have a car to get to where we need to go.
Okay. The car is a big factor. Yes.
All right. I marked some more boxes toward the back.
Arthur, please stop marking boxes, Arthur.
Oh yeah. Here, take this from me because I can't remember.
Yes, thank you. I'm gonna put this over here, okay? I'm gonna put
You
this
guys
over
want to
here.
get high? You want to get high?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah, actually,
Arthur. Yes, I do want to get high.
I
I forgot to mention Arthur has bomb ass weed every time I see him.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Arthur's starting to grow. Arthur's starting to grow on me.
Yeah, Arthur's pretty great. I told you Arthur was awesome.
Wow.
All right. Who's got it? Who got it? Just hand
All
that.
right here, Arthur. Right here.
Lots of people like fire.
Yeah.
I can show you some fire. Yeah.
I'll go.
All right, now you go. Here.
It's strong. It's really strong. Don't do more than one. This shit's from Thailand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Let me see that.
Wow. Oh yeah. Here. There you go, Arthur.
Okay.
I told you Arthur was cool.
Oh my God.
All right, so now we're going to need to make sure we check the marked boxes as well as the unmarked boxes,
Right.
because it's in one of those boxes.
And once we find the treasure map,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna finally be able to get the treasure we've been looking for that your dad left you.
Yes, the treasure that my dad left me, and rather than like putting it in a will or putting it in a safe deposit box, my dad said you have to find it, because my dad was kind of an asshole.
Yeah. Well, your dad loved the Buccaneers.
Oh my God, Arthur, that's
Your dad was not kind of an asshole. He was like the asshole. Like if you
that's
looked up
fair.
Wait.
asshole in an encyclopedia, your dad would be. Look at that.
Oh man, I remember that.
Was that yours?
Oh, that was mine when I was a kid.
Right here. Take it.
Oh sure, hold on. Let me put it up. I'll grab it.
There you go.
Here's my small dog toy.
Wow.
There
Oh,
it
look
is.
at that. Let me see
Yeah.
it. Let me see it again.
Here you go.
Let me see that.
There you go.
Wait.
That,
Let me see it. Let me see it.
That looks so different.
Yeah. Let me see it.
I guess I don't have my glasses.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Oh my God. That looks really good.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Does
Yeah.
that
All right.
does that look bigger?
Huh?
It does to me, but I'm not wearing my glasses.
I'll be honest. I don't even know anymore. Here you go, Arthur. Arthur. Okay. He did.
All right.
Hey.
Huh?
Hey.
Huh?
We need to get this treasure.
Wait a minute.
What?
Listen, I don't think I haven't been listening. You two are after some treasure that your asshole dad left up here, aren't you?
Yeah, Arthur, we told you that an hour ago.
Chill out, man.
Okay.
We left the map. My dad left it up here, and the treasure is somewhere else.
All right.
But the map is in here.
I'm just saying, if we don't find it, we could rob a bank.
I told you Arthur was awesome. If we don't find it, oh man! When you picked up a little dog, I'm like, oh, I have a little dog behind me.
I love the third version of the little dog.
Yeah, little.
It's a paper mache penguin Shrek.
Hey, it worked perfectly with the nature of the scene.
Yeah. I was like, I want to be a part of this.
Oh, that was such a fun scene, Tim and Cody. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
thank you so much for being a part of the show. So before we go, do you have any shows you're doing online or anything you want to pitch to the audience here at 2MB Studios? Cody, do you got anything?
Yeah, I actually stream here on Twitch as well. I stream different video games that I play. I've been trying to get more into that. Recently became affiliate, so just been really having a good time playing video games. Recently been playing a game called Valheim, where you're a warrior, a Viking warrior, kind of doing a survival game. But you can find me there, twitch.tv/itshrubzy, ITSSHRUBZY. It is a play on my last name, Bush.
Awesome. You put that in the chat so that way people can find it.
Yeah.
And Tim, how about you? Anything to pitch on your end?
Yeah, we're doing, 2 shows a week through Bats Improv, which is improv.org, because we got it way back when, the domain. So improv.org, we do 2 shows a week. And then if you want to check out a couple other groups, we're doing a show monthly that are very different. One of them is called 3 for All, the number 3 and the words for all. 3forall.com. And the other group's called Improv Playhouse of San Francisco. And all those shows are real different. So if you can check any of them out, please do.
Awesome. Great. Tim and Cody, thank you guys so much for being a part of the show. Such a pleasure to watch you play, and it's such a pleasure to play with you. Everyone out there who is watching the show, stick around, because here on the channel, there is another show coming up at 8 o'clock. Glitty Litter. It is a super fun improv show, game show. All sorts of amazing stuff is happening in that show. So make sure you stick around right here on 2MB Studios to check that out. Other than that, Cody, Tim, all of you, thank you for coming.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks.